We're ready for another fight, folks. Whitney Johns and Barbie. Barbie's coming looking scary. They're allowed to wear the makeup in the ring. I don't know why I'm surprised by that, but it's going to be very interesting.
Absolutely.
Let's see who's coming out. Who's coming out aggressive? Barbie's trying to establish a jab. Whitney Johns looks a lot better on her feet. She looks to be ducking her head a little bit.
Well, she looked for that bolo right hand there out of range.
Barbie with a big right hand hits Whitney Johns. And another one! Barbie's battering her a little bit. She's actually doing decent at keeping her range. This is what Amber needed to do a bit more. I'm surprised.
I'm surprised.
Barbie's technique doesn't necessarily look as flash, but it's practically looking better than Whitney's. Whitney doesn't look great right now.
No, which is weird because I saw her come out and I thought she looked good.
Whitney's technique of her punches is looking shocking. Barbie's kind of piecing her up a bit right now. Barbie's got some big shots coming in. She looks to have a decent variety of punches, actually. Her punches are quite stiff, in a good way. They're quite sharp and they're powerful, though.
Yeah.
Barbie's punches are all big punches. Can she keep this up for 5 rounds? She's going to the body and the head. Whitney's, it's not like Whitney's doing nothing, but currently she's being kind of outclassed by Barbie. Barbie's smiling a bit. She looks fucking terrifying.
You've got to be all the way in or all the way out.
Is she tired a bit more though? Because she looks like she's throwing a bit less. She's sitting on the back foot more and trying to counterpunch now, Barbie. It's actually working well as well.
Barbie's rattling her a fucking bit.
Barbie's definitely taken this round. Yeah. She's not dropped her, so it's still a 10-9. But this is 100% round 1 to Barbie. She looks good. I mean, she could be one of the better ladies in this scene. She's the best female fighter we've seen so far. Can Whitney bring it back? I don't think so. It just seems to be Moore's getting through from Barbie. Whitney seems to close her eyes a lot when she's punching and when she's getting hit. Round 1 in the books. Tell me about it, Jen.
I just wasn't expecting it. I saw them both come out, and I was literally about to fucking comment on it because it looked like you know when like someone who acts hard, it's like is in a fight, and immediately the first thing they start doing is backing up, and like they're like going like, all right, come on then, and it kind of looked like Barbie was doing that a bit, and Whitney was like moving ahead. She moved her head before she went in.
Yeah, which looked slick. Well.
And that was the only head movement that she did for like that entire round before she like there. And
it's true.
So Barbie like just started swinging, and they just all started hitting. So.
Barbie's makeup's looking mostly intact and everything.
Yeah, listen, when a target.
Well, I mean, if it starts.
Are they playing Barbie Girl?
Forward, it's easier to hit.
They are. They're playing Barbie Girl in the stadium as well. They know. They know that Barbie's winning.
Barbie walk onto a couple here instead of just giving your chin every single exchange.
Whitney needs to make use of that head movement that she flashed and showed to start with and then never used.
She gave a big smile there before she came to the center of the ring.
I'm still concerned about Barbie's gas tank. I think, can she keep that up? Can she keep precise with the punches as well? Whitney keeps trying to come in, but Barbie does get her on the way in all the time.
Whitney needs to be inside the... Oh, there's the back fist there again. She's getting inside. Once she gets inside that reach, she can go to work.
I think it's a bit hard to see where Whitney is doing well. When she is in on the inside, she does get some punches to the body as well. And I think they're getting missed a little bit. It's a little bit hard to see them because there's a lot of big punches flailing to the head from Barbie at the same time.
Her arms are too long. She's too long and lanky.
Yeah, Barbie is very long and lanky.
In that phone booth, but at range, she's dangerous.
Is she any longer and lankier than Whitney?
A little bit. I think Barbie's a little bit taller and a little bit longer arms. Not much, but she's making good use of that slight advantage. Barbie looks heavier as well. Whitney looks a lot more lean, so it looks like Barbie's going to have the more powerful shots. Whitney needed to be like Manny Pacquiao, basically. This is a bit closer of a round, for sure. But I think Whitney's just getting bopped a bit more.
I think Barbie swings again a bit too wild.
A little bit. I think she's maybe getting a bit...
She's done that a few times. She's done that a few times, like just like grappling her and trying to...
It seems like Barbie's the more tired of the two, 100%. Whitney looks pretty much as good as she did in round 1, whereas Barbie's diminishing. And if she keeps going at this rate, Whitney could clinch the back 3. I think currently Barbie's won the first 2. You saw that tiredness just then, actually. She kind of couldn't be bothered to do. They're both just trading in the pocket. They're both just punching each other. There's not anything happening here, really. They're both just swinging fists.
They just seemed... They were punching each other, but there were no, like... I knew nobody was going to go down from any of those punches, because they were just fucking... They were flailing, and you could tell that as they were hitting, they weren't doing, you know...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the flashiest to look at, but what are you thinking score-wise so far, Joe?
I still think Barbie's got it.
First 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. But I definitely think we could see a turning point here. I definitely think we could see, if Whitney steps it up, which she needs to do, and Barbie keeps diminishing at this pace.
We had a pretty clear scorecard first back, which was shown by the judges as well.
Shout out to the people in chat watching at twitch.tv/streamsbadly live. Love you. Head over there. Hit us with a follow. We do this all the time. It's going to be good. I think currently... Who are we thinking will win this fight with how it's all looking?
I don't know. I honestly... I personally feel like it still could be either of them's games.
It could. It's possible. I just think it seems like we can tell Barbie's the better fighter right now. So I'm going to go with Barbie.
Yeah, you know, I spoke to Whitney's
I think she's going to drop off though, Barbie.
I do as well, but I think she's going to manage to keep enough to make the latter rounds very close, while the first rounds we've seen have been reasonably convincing.
Essentially trying her best to implement that game plan, make Barbie move backward, forward.
Whitney's vision's not great. She's got this high guard, but she's really not able to see much out of it, and she keeps closing her eyes when she's hitting everything all the time. Barbie's landing some big rights.
Oh, there was
a nice uppercut from Barbie there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, a hook there really snapped Whitney's head round. She's taking him well, actually, Whitney.
What, did she try to get a knee in then? Whitney. It looked like she tried to get a knee in.
She might have on instinct. I mean, she's worked with an MMA fighter a lot, so... Barbie's reactions seem good for the counterattacks, you know. Whenever Whitney telegraphs when she's about to come in and try and get on the inside. And I think Barbie's reading that fairly well, and she sees that Whitney drops her head and can't see much when she's doing that action. That's where this right's been slipping through and snapping Whitney's head about a lot.
And now Barbie shows a bit of the same.
It's actually really impressive to see from a fighter this early in their boxing career that she's got that much kind of boxing sense. And it's not a lot of it, but normally people have not.
Oh, that were almost it then, I'm sure.
There was a big flurry there. Whitney's seeming like she's being affected more by the big shots now. She's still coming forward and she's still hitting some stuff, but Whitney backs off and turns her back to Barbie. Turning around like ballerinas now. What? That's another round to Barbie for me. Another round to Barbie, I would say.
I think so. I do think so. But I honestly still feel like either of them could like end up knocking the other out. Like honestly.
Maybe. I just think it's a lot harder to knock someone out than you think. This is very interesting. Whitney came across...
Look, it was that.
Yeah, this flurry here is big. Whitney came across as the more kind of used to this and would know what they're doing fighter more. It seems the opposite. Not only does Barbie seem like she's got better physical attributes for this, she seems to have more of like a dog and want to hit someone, and she seems to kind of know when to punch more than the most as well.
Do not do the same thing. Change something. Angles,
yeah, you can hear Wade on commentary. He's saying that Whitney's corner's saying to her that you cannot do the same thing. You've got to do something. We're going to mix it up here. We're going to try and gain some ground, and that's very true. Whitney needs to come out with something. She needs to have some sort of other moves that she can use to make this fight go a different way.
Show me your moves.
Whitney needs a stoppage here. Do you know what she needs? She needs to just move her fucking head. This is the thing that I find most frustrating in these lower level fights. Barbie's showing that she's decent at fighting on the back foot, but it's just move your head just a bit. You don't even have to be good head movement. Just do it.
Oh shit!
Oh, Whitney's leaning a bit.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
Got a wobble on.
Barbie needs to kind of get back her range, stop with like all the kind of accumulation of punches, and pick some big shots rather than just slapping her up a lot. Because that's good, and it's not that it's not working, but I think if she wants to put Whitney away, she needs to kind of post up a bit, back up, and pick a good shot. They're tired.
They're so tired.
That was a big one from Barbie. I think if Barbie does land a really big shot, Whitney will go down. She's tired though, Barbie, now. Who would you say is more tired at this point?
I think maybe Whitney.
Really? Yeah. I was thinking Barbie looks really tired. Barbie's hands are constantly down now,
yeah, no, they are. That's right. Whitney's hands are up more, but the strikes that Whitney's getting in just don't seem to be doing anything.
Nothing. Whereas Barbie's still swinging when Whitney comes in. That right hand.
I think that's what it is. It's like, I know her guard's down, but she's saving that energy for when she does fucking come in.
This is a way that Logan Paul fights as well. It's not a great way to fight at lower levels, but it is working in this fight because of Whitney's shortcomings. Whenever Whitney comes in, she always wants to start her. I know.
Nice.
Wow!
We're just saying she's walking forward and she's just going like this, and she's not.
That was huge. Is the fight over?
I think
the fight's not over.
I don't know.
Whitney was just not expecting that way, but as you said,
I think the fight's not over. I think Whitney was saved by the bell. Knocked down at the last second. Realistically, should have been waved off. This big kind of right hook uppercut hybrid thing. Oh, it was huge. It really wobbled Whitney, and she hit her with another one on the way down as the referee tried to catch her.
You're right. She was caught off balance.
Oh, she walked in on it. Do you know what it is? It's just what I was about to say. Whenever Whitney tries to come in, she puts her hand out there, her left hand out there, her jab hand out there. Rather than snapping at an actual punch, she just kind of pushes it out there, and it leaves an entire side of her head open to be hit with a massive shot just like that. That was big. Will we see a knockout in this last round?
Maybe. I can't believe it's going on another round, to be honest with you.
I thought that was it. I thought the referee should have ended it there. Whitney's had a chance to recover though, but that's got to spur Barbie on. Barbie's corner must have been saying to her, look, don't go mental. Pick your shots again. We want another beautiful shot like that. What did I say earlier on in the fight? She needed to wait for a big, perfect shot again.
But that was the shots that I thought Barbie was capable of when we were watching the training videos.
Yeah, she has that in her arsenal, and again, it's more about that experience of actually being in there and finding it, right?
See, we saw Barbie stop her right hand then.
But finding someone she
decided not to throw it. And I think it's because she knew it wasn't the right moment. I think this is what's winning Barbie the fight. Big punches from Barbie again.
Wait, you've got to credit Whitney.
Tough as nails, man. I mean, you want to talk about Whitney John's corner. She comes from the camp of
this is definitely domination by Barbie. I think it's either she's going to win on decision or it's a matter of time before she knocks her out. I mean, there's only a minute left. Whitney's still walking onto shots.
Look, she's not even defending anymore. Yeah, she's not even defending. Call it. She can't do it.
Call it, and she threw a few punches back.
We've had everything here.
No, this is amazing.
Barbie looks almost too tired to finish.
Yeah, she's like, I can't keep swinging my fucking arms like this. I can't swing.
Now's the time because these
yeah, come on. Barbie just needs one shot. Referee's looking. Referee's gonna stop this if Barbie can get something big through.
I know I've got the power.
Oh my god, I think it's gonna go the distance. Come on.
Epic fashion, both of them swinging leather.
Please! No, I feel so bad for Barbie. She deserves it so much. There's only 10, there's nearly 15 seconds left. Whitney's just surviving.
Brutal rounds.
This is really bad for Whitney though, because if she ever wants to fight again, this has been a big war. It's going to affect her. Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, she's being hit with a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the fight. Somehow, Whitney Johns has survived all 5 rounds after being absolutely floored by Barbie.
There was a good 3 seconds there where she was stood there and Barbie was just going bop, bop.
Exactly, and she was not defending at all. When I fought in my fight, a similar sort of thing happened to my opponent, and the referee did a standing 8 count.
Yeah.
Stopped it and counted to 8, and that's at least what should have happened. I think the ref should have called that fight, but I think Whitney was so lucky she got saved by the bell there. In a way, because rather than the fight being stopped by a knockout there, it means she had to take another round of punishment, and that's really bad on the brain. I think it should have just ended. I think the referee should have waved it off just at the end of that round, at the end of round 4.
Little corkscrew on it, and that did the damage.
Wow, hot damn. So on my scorecards, that's going to be a 50-44 to Barbie. Currently, Barbie's looking like the best female fighter we've seen in this competition so far. If she can get her fitness up so that she can throw those accurate shots more. She's looking scary, man. If she can get her fitness up as much as possible and continue learning at that pace, she's gonna be difficult to deal with. I don't see anyone being able to take her down. I'm really impressed.
I think could produce a finals contender, I'm telling you.
But having said that, who knows what could happen?
This guy's gonna do it. He's gonna walk in.
My mate Nate's gonna
punch the shit out
in the creator boxing world, anything can happen.
Yeah, you'd have to.
She's taller than my mate Nate. Barbie's taller than him, so I still give it to Barbie. Right, they're there with the referee. Let's hear the scores. It's got to be unanimous. That was a great fight. I liked that. It was really interesting to see the techniques. We got knockdowns. 50-45.
Way better girl fights on this one. Way better.
Who gives it 50-44? 50-45. I mean,
I have no idea what the scores mean.
There you have it. Barbie wins by unanimous decision. Should have potentially been a knockout, I think, but wow. That was a great fight. Very enjoyable. Good on them. I'm excited to see how both these ladies do in the rest of this competition, because I think Whitney Johns potentially beats both the first fight we saw. She potentially beats Emily Brooke and Amber O'Donnell. But more interestingly, Barbie is going to be very interesting to see how she takes on the winners moving forward.